Hey guys, so Sharp here, back again with another video. I know I'm a little bit late on this recap video thing, but I don't care. I just want to come on here and say week one. Well, week one's been officially in the books for like a few days now, and the AP Top 25 poll has been released for week two. And thankfully, we don't have to wait till Tuesday anymore for the new AP poll to come out. Now it's going to be coming out on Sundays, thankfully, at around, 2 o'clock is when they're usually released on Sundays. But yeah, man, all I can say is that week one was pretty fantastic. Week one was pretty fantastic for your boy. What can I say? Tennessee won, dominated Virginia, and actually looked really good. I'm happy about that. Joe Milton, people can say, oh, he didn't look that great. I thought he played okay. He still had over 200 yards passing, no interceptions, 2 touchdown passes. So not a bad game, but not a great game either. What can I say? Our rushing attack is absolutely amazing. What can I say? Jabari Small, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Wright. Dylan Sampson, the sophomore running back, had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 rushing touchdowns and also a receiving touchdown. So 5 total touchdowns, I believe, Dylan Sampson had. My Lord, man, Dylan Sampson's a dog. He is a dog. All of our running backs are dogs, honestly. I told y'all, Tennessee has the most underrated running back room in the entire country coming into this season. I try to tell everybody that Tennessee has the most underrated running back room in all of college football. People, of course, want to talk about our quarterbacks, our receivers. Y'all need to start talking about our running backs. Our running backs are absolutely elite. Elite. Our running backs are amazing, man. What can I say? Tennessee, they look good. Defense also looks good. Gave up 13 points, less than 100 yards rushing. So pretty good, pretty good. Our front seven is good. Better than the last 2 years. Our front seven is looking like it's going to be absolutely lethal this year. Still worried about the secondary, and also I'm also worried about our punting unit. Our punter really isn't that great, and our kicker, I'm worried about the kicking game as well. But yeah, hopefully we get this stuff figured out. Hopefully we get it figured out down the line. I mean, it's just week one. But yeah, besides that, what can I say? South Carolina, Clemson, Texas Tech, Arkansas State, Purdue, Florida, Boston College, Baylor. What happened? What happened? Man, all those teams that I just mentioned, they're garbage. I'm being honest here. Clemson fan 1, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man, but Clemson's absolutely garbage. Like, y'all are bad. I'm surprised y'all are even still ranked, to be honest. I'm surprised y'all are still ranked. Because Duke absolutely, they destroyed you. And the reason y'all was able to score is because Duke basically gifted you those 7 points, which is sad. What can I say? Dabo Swinney. I'm going to be honest here. Dabo Swinney, it seems like he's literally nothing without a generational talent at quarterback. Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. It looks like without those guys, Dabo Swinney's guys like those, Dabo Swinney's nothing. The only player that I really saw on offense that was looking good for Clemson, honestly, is Will Shipley and that Maffa guy. Those are good. That's a pretty good running back duo that Clemson has, that Will Shipley and that Maffa guy. Most importantly, Will Shipley. Will Shipley is good. It seemed like he was the only one who came ready to play that night. Cade Klubnik absolutely didn't really play that good. Clemson had like 2 opportunities to score, and they fumbled twice in the red zone. You can't be doing that if you want to win games. Cade Klubnik also threw an interception. He did have a touchdown pass, though. But like I said, Duke basically gifted him those points because of the muffed punt. Clemson, if they keep playing like this, you best believe they're losing to Florida State. Did you not see Florida State the other night? They absolutely dominated LSU, which I guess I'll talk about that game in a little bit. But Florida State absolutely dominated LSU. And if Clemson plays like that against Florida State will absolutely murder them. Like, Florida State looks dang good, man. They look dang good. And if Clemson plays like that, or how they did the other night, forget it. You're not beating Florida State. And if you play like that, you're not beating Notre Dame either. Have you not seen Notre Dame? They look good, too. If you play like that against Notre Dame, you best believe Notre Dame's beating you, too. You could possibly say the same about North Carolina. North Carolina is also looking good. If you don't figure out something soon, you're losing to Florida State, Notre Dame, and North Carolina. That's 3 losses right there. Clemson, you need to get something figured out and figure it out quick. Because if you don't, you're losing. You're going to get boat raced by Florida State. You're going to get boat raced by Notre Dame. And then you're going to lose to North Carolina. And fans will start calling for Dabo Swinney's head. I can already see it now. But yeah, Clemson fan 1, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. Hopefully Clemson pulls it together. All right, I guess I'll talk about, Florida State, LSU. I don't know, but like I said, Florida State absolutely dominated. What can I say? Jordan Travis looks absolutely amazing. What can I say? And also, Florida State had some pretty nice receivers, too, even though in the first half they kept dropping passes. The receivers basically caught up in the second half. And Florida State's defense, man, their defense is also good. In my opinion, I think if Florida State plays like this, then the ACC is theirs to lose. The conference is theirs to lose if they keep playing like this. Because Florida State looks good. They look really, really good. I'm being honest with you guys. Florida State, if they play like this, if they keep playing like this, they're going to make the playoffs. I'm being dead serious. I am being dead serious. Yeah, man. I guess... Well, I can talk about South Carolina now. South Carolina, man. What can I say about South Carolina? I know your offensive line is absolutely booty. Your offensive line is trash. Absolutely awful. Your offensive line is. Spencer Rattler, he played okay. South Carolina defense played okay, I guess. But your offensive line needs some work. Your offensive line is absolutely horrendous. Your offensive line is horrendous. That's all I got to say about South Carolina. I can't wait for South Carolina to come to Knoxville. That revenge is going to feel so sweet. And you best believe we're beating South Carolina. It's happening. It's happening. You say, oh, you said that last year. I don't care. That was last year. This year you look awful. And honestly, I kept saying during the offseason you should lose to Tennessee and Clemson and go back to reality. I mean, I still think y'all will lose to Tennessee, but I feel like y'all still have a shot at Clemson. I'm sorry, Clemson fan one, if you're watching. What else to talk about? I guess Florida now. Florida against Utah. It was a pretty boring game. If Cam Rising actually played in this game, I feel like Utah would have won by more. Florida played awful. What can I say? Florida played bad. Their offensive line didn't really look that good. Graham Mertz, he played okay. The reason, though, he had a bunch of passes, so that's probably why he got so many yards. What can I say? Graham Mertz, he is slow. He is slow. He is slow. He cannot evade the pressure. He is freaking slow. I mean, when Florida takes on teams like Georgia, or I don't care what y'all say, Tennessee, because Tennessee's front seven is absolutely lethal this year. Graham Mertz is going to get destroyed. He's going to get destroyed. He's going to get destroyed. Graham Mertz better try to get faster or something, because right now the dude's got center blocks for feet. He is slow. He is real slow. But yeah, Florida. Yeah, that's basically the end of that segment. Florida, you're absolutely dog booty. Keep this up. You're losing to Georgia. You're losing to Tennessee. Even though LSU didn't look great the other day, I think y'all will probably still lose to LSU. Because LSU, I still think, is a pretty solid team. Or a pretty good team. Even though they got dismantled the other day by Florida State. I think LSU is still a good team. But yeah, Florida, it's going to be a long season for Florida. Who else? Texas Tech. Man, Texas Tech, man. Is Texas Tech the most overrated team heading into this season? Probably. There's a lot of people who said they could contend for the Big 12. People saying they was a preseason top 25 team. Saying they could do this, do that. And then you go out and lose to Wyoming. How do you lose to Wyoming? There's 12 people who live in Wyoming. There's more people in my local Walmart than there is people who live in Wyoming. Good Lord. How do you lose to Wyoming? Texas Tech. And guess who Texas Tech plays next week? Oregon! And did you not see how good Oregon looked? You could say, oh, it's Portland State. They scored 81 points. I don't care. If you score 81 points on anybody, that's impressive. If Texas Tech don't get their crap together, they're going to get absolutely mollywopped by the Ducks next week. Good Lord. Same thing about Baylor, man. Baylor lost to guess who? They lost to something called Texas State. Even though Texas State is an FBS team, they're a Group of 5 team, but this is what's really embarrassing about this loss. Texas State is not a good team. This is Texas State's first win ever against a Power 5 team. How do you lose to Texas State? This is worse. I feel like this is worse than Tennessee's loss to Georgia State like 5 years ago. Like, how do you lose to Texas State at home? Start the season 0-1 Baylor. And at one point, it wasn't even close. Like, Texas State was blowing them out. Baylor's a joke. Like, it felt literally 2 seasons ago, they almost made the playoffs. What a joke Baylor is. And guess who they play next week? Utah. They're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Utes. Utah is going to drag them up and down the field. Yeah, Baylor. What can I say? Maybe Dave Aranda's not the guy. And then Purdue lost to Fresno State. Purdue. I will say, though, Fresno State, over the last few years, they've been one of the better Group of 5 teams. So, still, though, you shouldn't be losing a Group of 5 teams. I understand it's Purdue's. It's a new season for Purdue, and they have a brand new head coach. But, still, you shouldn't be losing a Group of 5 teams. And then Boston College lost to Northern Illinois. Ain't really that shocking. Boston College is terrible. I mean, Northern Illinois a few seasons ago beat Georgia Tech. Man, I guess Northern Illinois is known for just beating terrible ACC teams. So, I guess when are they going to beat Clemson then? I'm joking. But, yeah. Clemson needs to get their crap together, period. If they don't, it's going to be a long season. Fine. I guess I need to address the elephant in the room. Colorado, man. What can I say? I didn't really watch the game, but I watched the highlights. What can I say? Colorado looked and played good. Deion Sanders has somewhat turned that program around quickly. I mean, good for Colorado, though. They probably should be able to make a bowl game now. They play Nebraska next, and Nebraska really didn't look that good. Then they're favored now to beat Nebraska. I think they'll beat Nebraska, honestly. Plus, it's at home. I think they'll beat Nebraska. So, yeah, Colorado, they can very well make a bowl game now. I figured the goal was to – I thought Colorado was going to be terrible this year. I figured the goal for Colorado this season was to at least show signs of improvement. Not make a bowl game, but at least show signs of improvement. But now it looks like they're going to make a bowl, apparently. They're ranked now. They're ranked number 22. Which makes no sense to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice win for Colorado, but I don't know if they should be ranked. But now Colorado fans, I guess, are not Colorado fans, but Deion fans are going to go around saying how Colorado's going to go 15-0. Colorado's still not going 15-0. Congrats. You beat overrated TCU team. You're still not going 15-0. A TCU team who basically lost all their team last season to the NFL. And lost their offensive coordinator. Don't get me wrong, I think y'all will beat Nebraska next week, but trust me, y'all still ain't going 15-0. You're not winning the national championship. You're not making the playoffs. You're not winning the Pac-12 title. None of that stuff. But, man, Shedeur Sanders, he had over 500 freaking yards. Shedeur Sanders is legit, man. I guess Shedeur Sanders is now currently at the top of everyone's Heisman list, even though I don't think he's going to win the Heisman. I don't think Colorado's going to have that good of enough of a season for him to win the Heisman. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this in this video. It's over 20 minutes long. What can I say? Go Vols. And beat Austin Peay next week, I guess. And then Florida, Clemson, South Carolina, LSU, Baylor, Purdue. All you guys are doo-doo.